I want to talk for just a little bit about the New Jerusalem. I also want to talk here quickly about the new heavens and the new earth, and I think that's a concept that may be difficult for some to quite fully grasp. First, let me just play a quick soundbite here. It is John Ankerberg talking to Dr. Randy Alcorn, and they're going to talk about this New Jerusalem because we're talking for this segment anyway on some of these eternal issues and the eternal home that we're going to be headed to here eventually.
Just describe the New Jerusalem, the city that we're all going to be absent from the bodies, be present with the Lord, and in His beautiful city. How big is this city? What are the things we're going to find in this city? Describe it as it is right now.
We know that it's huge. We're told that man's measurement was used by this angel, and it's a 1,400-mile cube. Now, we're told that that New Jerusalem is in heaven now, and the New Jerusalem that's brought down to earth is that size. And even for those who say, well, that's not literal, that's just figurative. Well, if it's figurative, it's certainly intended to convey a great amount of size, just huge. And I think what this should tell us is there's room for everything and lots of room, things to do, places to go, people to see. We're told in Revelation 22, His servants will serve Him. Do servants ever have a lack of things to do? We're told we're going to rule the world for the glory of God. Do rulers ever have a lack of things to do? So certainly we will have plenty of activity, and the greatest part of it, of course, is we'll be with God, who is the source of all good and all happiness.
Ron Rhodes, help us understand a little bit better this New Jerusalem, possibly 1,400 cube miles. That's right out of the Bible. We're going to have plenty to do, and I want to get more specifically about plenty to do a little bit later, but help us understand this New Jerusalem.
Well, it is going to be large. In fact, I think there is no reason why we shouldn't take that literally in the text of the book of Revelation, and that would mean that the surface area of the New Jerusalem would be about 2.25 million square miles, which is huge. And also, if it got stories like buildings do today, it would have approximately 600,000 stories, 12 feet high. Let me tell you, it's going to be huge, and if every one of us had our own little cubicle in there, and let's say there's 20 billion saved people, well, you're going to end up with a 75-acre room. And so the wondrous thing about all of this, Jan, is that Christ Himself is the creator of the eternal city. Now, just think about that for a minute. Scripture tells us in Colossians 1:16 and John 1:3 that Jesus also created the universe. Now, I don't know if you've ever gone outside and just gone to an area where there's no city lights, but if you do, you look straight up at nighttime and you can just see thousands of stars, and it's incredible when you consider it. Christ created all of that. But as glorious as all that is with the interstellar universe, you ain't seen nothing yet in terms of the New Jerusalem, because Christ is the creator of the New Jerusalem. And we're told that in John 14, verses 1-3, where Jesus told His followers, I go to prepare a place for you. And, I think that words can't even describe it. 1 Corinthians 1:9 says that no eye has seen, no ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined what God has prepared for those who love Him.